All right. So, hi guys. My name is Nico Lemoso, and I've been working as a senior news and scriptwriter for the
Recording in
Presidencial
progress.
Broadcast Staff Radio Television Malacanang for 11 years. So, basically, I am covering the president. So, for the past 11 years, I've been covering, and I have started with the former president, President Nonoy Aquino, and then up to the incoming president, which is President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Alright. So you have to understand kasi disinformation, misinformation is parang it was birthed by our freedom. Diba? Kasi we are now in an era na modernization and information can be disseminated in a blink of an eye with just one post, one click of our finger. Anyone can see what we can post. So we are given the freedom to post, to share whatever we like without actually following a standard of rules or regulations that will, dictate kung ano ba yung tama at mali. So basically, ito yung pinaka-main cause for me nung bakit may proliferation ng disinformation and misinformation because we are given freedom. Basically kasi, ang journalist, we are called journalists kasi for a reason. Kasi ang journalist is following a set or upholding the standards of ethical practices na expected sa isang journalist. So meaning we are objective, we are fair, and we practice crucial and fair judgment. So pag binigay mo yon sa isang tao, like the netizens, na wala silang sinusunod na kahit anong rules or regulations or batas na nagdi-dictate sa kanila what to post online, doon nagkakaroon ng misinformation and disinformation mainly because ipopost nila kahit ano na wala nagsasabi sa kanila. Kasi wala namang batas na magsasabi sa isang tao na bawal ang pinapost mo. Kasi sa Facebook, for example, sa Twitter or sa X, sa Instagram or TikTok, you can post without by actually concealing your identity. So madali para sa lahat na mag-post. Kaya doon magsisimula yung siguro papanganak ng misinformation and disinformation. And pangalawa kasi, people would want to believe what they want people to believe actually. So, kunyari mag-post ako ng something na ganito, ang main objective ko is to make people believe without actually following this rules na ano ba ito, tama ba itong pinupost or what? So, basically, nasa sa atin din yun kasi hindi, yung mga netizens like us or yung ibang people, wala silang sinusunod na standards of what to post or what to make people believe. So basically, anything under the sun, you can post online. So dito nagsisimula yung misinformation and disinformation na hindi natin scrutinize kung ano ba yung gusto natin i-post kasi gusto lang natin siyang i-post for whatever reason we want. So wala tayong iniisip kung ano ba yung gusto isipin ng tao or kung ano yung gusto nilang paniwalaan. Basically, we have the freedom to choose whatever we post na walang sinusunod na set of standards na expected sa isang responsible na netizens. Actually, ang role ngayon and responsibility ng isang journalist in an age where lies or misinformation can spread rapidly, very crucial na more than ever that ang journalist kailangan niyang i-uphold yung kanyang highest standard of truthfulness, objectivity, and fairness kasi yun yung kailangan ng tao. Ang hirap kalabanin guys ng misinformation and disinformation kasi unang-una, hindi mo na alam kung sino yung mga nagpo-post. Kasi sabi ko kanina, lahat ng nasa social media can hide their identity. We cannot trace them kung sino yung nag-post na yon or kung sino yung nag-share na yon. We can just makikita na lang natin na may ganitong balita or information na very na mali, na hindi i-scrutinize kung tama ba yun or mali or makakasira ng isang tao or isang organization. Ang role ng journalist ngayon is to exercise their sworn duty, which is to be of service to the Filipino nation. Kasi ang role natin as journalists is very important sa nation building. Kasi information dissemination can either break or make someone, can either break or make an organization. So a journalist can really help people, distinguish what is false or not, what is true or not. So ang journalist din may kapangyarihan to mold the future journalists like you guys. Nasa sa inyo na yun. Parang what we can do right now is just, teach you to show you kung ano ba yung dapat, kung ano ba yung dapat ginagawa, dapat na pinopost online. Sobrang helpful ngayon ng mga kabataan actually. Kayo mga future journalists, dapat alam nyo na kung ano yung tama at mali. Kasi ang role lang ng journalist is to inform. If you want to be a successful journalist kasi, if you want to be a writer or journalist, you don't have, keep in mind that you don't have to be that journalist who would want to, entertain people. You have to inspire. You have to combat misinformation and disinformation. And by doing that, paano magsimula ng ganun? By helping the young ones. By helping kayo. Kasi you're the future na ng media, ng journalism. And I think for me, na-apply ngayon sa lahat ng media organization na mapagkakatiwalaan natin yung pagko-combat sa misinformation, although sobrang hirap lang talaga na ma-distinguish at makalaban yung pag-spread talaga ng disinformation and misinformation kasi meron ka lang working laptop or phone, iPad, and mabilis na internet connection. Anyone can post online. So, yun lang talaga, mahirap talaga siyang mapuksa pa ngayon. Kasi wala pang ngipin ng batas dito. Pero for me, na-apply naman ng mga kasamahan natin sa media, yung kung ano yung pinaka-responsibilidad nila of helping people, of helping Filipinos to distinguish what is right and what is wrong. And I think very evident siya ngayon kasi lahat naman lahat ng nasa media may kanya-kanyang campaign to battle misinformation and disinformation. And I think that's very helpful nowadays kasi for me naman, I am positive na hindi lahat nabibiktima ng mga ganitong klaseng tinatawag natin infodemic. Kasi madami pa rin ang marurunong magbasa, marami pa rin ang marurunong na makinig kung ano ba yung dapat na paniwalaan at hindi. Kasi makikita mo naman kung sino yung mga post ng mga maling impormasyon eh. Kasi ito yung mga tao usually na gustong makahikayat para suportahan yung isang tao or yung isang organization na nagpapakalat talaga ng maling information. So I think nowadays, yung mga journalists natin, mga mapagkakatiwalaan natin journalists, are really doing their job to combat and battle misinformation and disinformation na nakikita ko naman na hanggang grassroots level sa communities na gagampanan nila yung tungkulin nila. Well, for me, the main challenges would be the netizens. Lahat ng netizens na nagpapakalat ng maling informasyon. Kasi may prejudice na agad eh. Like for example, may isang tao na nakabasa ng ganito. So meron siyang agad na judgment based doon. So ang hirap ng i-counter kung ano yung paniniwalaan ng taong yun. Pero what a journalist can do is continue his job or her job. Kasi there's nothing more to do than just do your job. Like, kasi ang journalist naman, may pagkakatiwala yung mga yun. Kasi may source yan, may pagkakatiwala ang mga kinausap na yan ng mga straight from the horse's mouth. So, ang mahirap lang talaga is mapaniwala yung isang tao na ito yung tamang balita. Kasi may prejudice na nga, sabi ko kanina na paniniwalaan ng mga tao kung ano yung gusto nilang paniwalaan regardless of may pinakitaan mo rin sila ng factual information, ng factual basis on that certain topic. Mainly because may sinasuportahan sila na gusto nilang paniwalaan yung sa tingin nilang tama at yung sa tingin nilang mali. Do you get what I mean? Kasi paniniwalaan yan kapag takot sila dun sa totoong nangyayari. So, paniniwalaan nila yung umaano sa utak nila na ito yung tama. Mapapansin nyo yan ngayon, ang daming mga balita na sinusuportahan sa ganito. Ang hirap ng encounter ng mga ganong tao. Kasi once they made up their mind, you can never erase their thoughts on that particular issue or that particular people kasi nga, yun yung sinusuportahan nila. Mahirap talaga sa journalist na kahit gawin nila lahat, kahit bigyan mo sila ng mapagkakatiwalaang source or what, na mismo may interview sila or may paper trail ng tamang impormasyon, tamang balita. Pero yung mga taong not open-minded, na sarado yung isip sa katotohanan, yun yung mga yun yung ang hirap-hirap i-counter. Kasi sobrang daling manipulahin ng istorya ng mga tao na sobrang affected na talaga, sobrang consumed na ng infodemic. We are called journalists because we are following the golden standard of reporting, which is, it is usually based on objectivity, on fairness. Wala tayong pinipiling, sabi nga sa GMA, which is dapat. Wala tayong pinoprotektahan, dapat i-report lang natin kung ano yung tama at kung ano yung mali. So how can a journalist make their journalistic value more effective? By training the young people, yung mga future journalists natin. Kasi there's the most effective way of keeping the truth in line is to train young journalists and to parang i-expose sila dun sa kung ano talagang realidad na nangyayari sa world ng media. But the truth is always on our side kasi it's our main objective. For me, a good journalist should know that making mistakes happen. Pero they should know that if you made mistake, you should learn from it. You should grow from it. And whatever happens, you can always do better next time. They have to understand them and they have to admit that they're not perfect. Journalists are human. They can commit mistakes. You have to understand that. You have to accept that fact. Na hindi perfecto ang mga kasamahan natin sa media. Hindi talaga perfecto na magkakaroon ng sa mga gagawin nila. Pero, it's not the end of the world. We should not judge them based on what mistakes they have committed, but rather, we should always judge them based on how valuable, how helpful they are in terms of information dissemination and, nation building. Journalists knows how to make mistakes and learn from it. Guys, the key is in your hands na. Kasi kayo na yung next generation na papasok sa media. You took journalism because you want to help people. Gaya nga sabi ko kanina, this is not an easy job. Kung gusto nyong yumaman, you should go out of this industry, of this world. Kasi the media industry, the media world, is a bloodbath. Patibayan ng loob dito talaga. Magkakaroon ng misinformation, itong mga maling informasyon o yung mga ganitong infodemic. Kapag ang nasa isip nyo is gusto nyong kumita, gusto nyong manira ng tao, gusto nyong pabagsakin ng isang agency or anything. Pero hindi ganun. I hope as early as now, sa school nyo pa lang, sa organization nyo or kung meron kayong newspaper organization sa BSU, I hope you foster this kind of communication wherein nagtatrive yung thinking na dapat makakatulong kayo sa kapwa niyo. Kasi hindi ito lucrative job, guys. Hindi ito, sabi ko kanina, financially rewarding. Sana, I hope you know how to distinguish what is right and what is wrong. And then, I hope you learn then the true art of reading and listening. I'm telling you guys na dapat sure kayo dito. Kasi nasa sa inyo na yung bola. Kung paano malabanan yung ganitong kind of infodemic. So I hope you use your time well sa academy, sa university para mas ma-improve nyo pa yung sarili nyo. And when you go outside to the real world, mas makatulong kayo sa bansa natin at sa mga Pilipino.
Sir, so maraming salamat salamat po. Napakaganda po ng ating naging discussion.
Thank you so much, Julia.